Throw it down, big man.
Welcome everybody back to the Throw It Down Big Fella podcast. The NBA season, you guys, is here. It's here, and I had to bring my boy Darren Randolph here. We got to talk about it. This is a season like unlike any other. Of course, you guys, NBA on TNT. This is their final season of doing NBA on. It doesn't even sound right or sound surreal. Like this is their final season,
It
Darren.
makes my
Like,
heart sad. It makes my heart so sad.
oh man, I'm gonna miss them, man. I'm gonna miss them. But we gotta go look at this year currently and next year. Amazon Prime and NBA on NBC is coming back. So
Yeah.
that's something to like look forward to the nostalgia of NBA on NBC. But this year is gonna be bitter sad for those guys, Kenny, Ernie, Chuck, and Shaq. It's gonna be, man, so unreal. Anything you're looking forward to this year, Darren? Like questions you have? Like, what's your feel about this season coming up?
Man. I mean, of course, we're waiting to see if Boston can actually, back to back it. Which I feel like they probably have a high chance of doing. What else I have in store? I mean, I'm curious to see what them Grizzlies gonna do. That's obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they won. They won like I believe they won 20. I'm trying to remember how many games they won. I think it's like 27, 25 games.
27.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
27.
So yeah, they won like 27 games last year. Obviously, they're gonna win way more than that, but it's just the question is how many more are they gonna win? Are they gonna be top 16, top 5 team, top 4 team? Uh, Personally, I have them as a top 14.
Mm-hmm.
So good things. I'm hoping for good things for Memphis. What else? I guess to see how this New York situation is gonna work out
Mm-hmm.
with now that that trade with Julius and Rudy Gobert happened. Very, very curious to see how that's going to work out. And I mean, of course, my very own Golden State Warriors. We'll
Mm-hmm.
see. We'll see what this next chapter of you know post Clay is going to be like. Um, like I've told my cousin this before. It's not the first time we've seen the Golden State Warriors without Clay. I mean, heck, Clay was out for like a whole season, pretty much.
Kobe year, right?
Yeah,
21. Yeah.
yeah, it's like 21 or 22. And
Mm-hmm.
so, I mean, this isn't uncharted territory for Golden State, but now you're going into the season knowing permanently, yeah, Clay is gone. So it's going to be curious to see how that works out as well.
Yeah. And you forgot one of the most important storylines, Bronny James and LeBron
Oh my
James.
gosh. I don't think
You
I
know,
forgot
I
about that. I don't think I forgot about it. I think I purposely didn't say that.
we're watching history there. I know people just, because Bronny, we don't know what kind of game he has. If he played the way he played against you guys, although nobody was playing in that game. Bronny had 17 points. It was a little. I was excited. I was like, okay, he getting his feet wet. Like
So,
it's baby steps.
so you got excited over a G League game.
I did, I did.
Well,
17 points ain't nothing to sneeze on. And Draymond Green was there.
Well,
Draymond Green actually did
I
play.
know, I know where you're going to be at on a sunny day in South Haven.
Oh yeah, watch it. No, but actually, the November 6th game, I'm actually going to that game. I think Bronny will probably be there. So I get, at least on the bench. At least on the bench.
He
So,
should be. Is that when South Bay is coming to the Lander Center?
no, when the Lakers play the Grizzlies November 6th, he
Hey,
said, but he said opening, he's going to play tomorrow. He's actually in the lineup for tomorrow's opening game against Minnesota. If he plays, we don't know. But he's on the bench. He's on the roster.
I mean,
Uh,
obviously he's on the bench, and obviously he's on the
He's on the
roster.
roster. So I mean he could play. I don't know. I will definitely have my camera ready rolling to see that
Oh
actually.
my Lord!
Did you see the clip of him shooting on LeBron? Like he shot a three and then LeBron got angry. He actually got angry and drove in on one of the rookies, poor whoever that guy was, And then LeBron shot another three on him. I'm like, oh, here we go. I just want the media to keep on hating on Bron. Just keep on hating. And it's gonna probably shock some people come March, April. If we if he gets that momentum going, I'm just saying, like, get some momentum going, maybe we could be seeing history.
Oh my
Nobody,
Lord.
no father-son duos won a championship, or at least let alone probably go to the NBA finals. We could, I mean, hey, I know this. If LeBron wins the championship this year, the Lakers, he's got to retire.
I'll call it
Like,
wishful thinking.
it's just a fan of me, you guys. It's just a
But
fan of
I'm gonna
me.
let you have your wishful thinking.
It's
You
the
gotta
fan of
come
me.
you gotta come into the NBA season with some type of joy and hope.
You got to because it's like because once like February, March comes around, we're like 15 and
I know,
30.
yeah, it is what it is at that point. When this All-Star weekend, oh, it is what it is at that point.
I'm like, well, you guys, I was happy until February. So, before we get into like the wins and like win totals for the season, we can predict some of the awards that might happen this year. Your MVP, who do you think's the favorite to win MVP this year?
Ooh, I really want SGA to win MVP just
Uh-huh.
because I just feel like I don't know, I feel like it's probably his time. I feel like he's probably already proved enough to a certain degree. And I mean, that's just that. I mean, usually the MVP goes to one of the best teams in either the East or the West. And
Mhm.
personally, I feel like the best team that's going to come out of the West is going to be OKC.
Yeah.
We'll see what Denver does. We'll see what Dallas has in store as well. But yeah, right now, I'm gonna go with SGA.
You think he can repeat the same season he had last year? Because it was a lot that he did last year. Can he repeat that same mileage, same intensity like he had last year? You think it's possible?
I think so. I think so. He's
That's a
young.
lot. That's a lot
It's
though.
a lot, but
He ain't that young. He's only what is he, 28, 29? He's up there.
he's like 27, 28.
27. I mean, he's not a young pup. He's still young, but he's not like young like with some of the like Cooper Flag, like the younger guys,
Hmm,
it's
hmm.
like Anthony Edwards and all that. But he's 28. He had, OKC asked him to do a lot, but they added some pieces that makes his workload won't be as much. But I don't know. It's just to repeat the same. And you knew he should have won last year. He should have won. He should have won. But I feel like it was because Joker. I think the media felt sorry for Joker in a slick way. They might feel sorry for him now that he got Russell Westbrook on his team, even more now.
Uh,
Like the sympathy card just went up on Joker now. Like it has to. Russell has been on 6 teams in the last 7 years. Like I think he should be disqualified for the first year of Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Famer, you guys.
oh my
Don't
Lord.
get me wrong, he's a Hall of Famer. But if you go on 6 teams in 7 years, you got to be disqualified for at least 1 year of the Hall of Fame. Gotta be. Like that,
They didn't disqualify Shaq, and he played for all the colors of the rainbow.
but it won 6 or 7. I think that's a record.
I mean, granted, yeah, he got himself some rings before he played for Phoenix and Boston and all them other teams that he
I
played
think
for.
was it four? Was it? It was okay. After Phoenix, it was Cleveland, Boston. Am I missing somebody else? No.
It was Cleveland, Boston.
Did you?
Wasn't he a son?
Yeah, that's what I say. After
Phoenix,
Miami,
Boston.
after Miami, it was
Uh,
Phoenix, Cleveland, Boston.
I think
That's all.
so.
Yeah, just three. Ring chasing, I guess. I hate to use ring chasing
I,
for
f-
certain terms, but
I don't know.
like three years has been 6 years. Like it's just crazy. Like I don't know I'll get into Denver. I don't like. It's gonna be a lot of. You're gonna see a lot of angry Joker this year. I'm just gonna put that out right now. Like you,
So is that your MVP go getter? Who's your MVP?
my MVP go getter is Giannis. I think we're gonna get an angry Giannis this year, even
Okay.
more angry Giannis. Like especially now that him and Dame has actually had a training camp together. Last year they didn't really have a training camp. Now this year they're fully intact with each other. And Doc Rivers, who we're on record, we are not a fan of Doc Rivers at all. We're just not.
No,
Like
no. I'm the president of that club.
I'm the vice president then, if you're the president.
Uh,
But like, I think in spite of what happened to Milwaukee, how they just faded away last year, faded away, and let Indiana, who's up and coming, I get it, but they, he's going to be playing angry this year. So my best bet would probably be Giannis. I think everybody's sleeping on Milwaukee. They are really snoop. I know it's Philadelphia, New York. They're hot commodity. I get it. Milwaukee's still there. I mean, granted, the coach, Milwaukee's hanging around. So I think Giannis, this is a revenge tour year for Giannis. Rookie of the year, Zach Edey.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it should be a landslide,
I don't know
honestly.
about landslide. I don't
Who
know.
else is gonna have the more game minutes and the more chance for productivity than Zach Edey?
I like Reed Shepard. I like Reed Shepard. That boy can ball. That man can score. Like, especially now you're on a team, green light team like Houston. Oh
Yeah.
Lord. Like green light, green light. Like shoot 20, 30 shots. Like, but Zach Edey, I think because the Grizzlies need a big man. It was clear as day they needed another big man. Triple J is out. We don't know how long his injury is. Is it up
hmm
2 months? Three
I don't think it'd be that long.
a month?
I don't even think it'd be that long. I think he should be ready.
Game opening night at Utah. I don't,
Personally, I think so.
you think so? I don't. I just I haven't heard a lot about it. I just know oh he's hurt, and then Gigi is hurt. Um, they still got the injury bug. I wish the Grizzlies get rid of that injury bug, um, but yeah,
Thankfully, though, I mean, most of their injuries are coming from the latter part, latter portion of the roster. These aren't like your starters that you're worried about, or like your top second unit. Well, some of them are your second unit, like GG and whatnot. But
mm,
I mean, you're not dying. You're not like, oh my goodness, I really need these players because you brought back Brandon Clark from injury as well.
yeah, yeah. So I'll go Zach Eden. I worry about the running up and down the court. Can he stay running and stay in shape because Ja likes to run, Desmond Bain likes to run. Zach Eden didn't really run a lot at Purdue. He didn't really need to. They would just post
Yeah.
up, move out the way, and let him be on the block and do his thing. Like it's so much faster in college and NBA.
Per, I mean, so far he's looking like he's keeping up so far. I've watched a good bit of Grizzly games preseason, or of course it's preseason, but
Hmm.
the tempo that they're running, they're already going that regular season type of tempo. I mean, heck, they're already picking up people at full court. They're playing full court defense in preseason.
Mm.
So I mean, they're going at it, and they talked about the conditioning that Taylor Jenkins is putting them in, and Zach Edey also talked about that as well. And it was an adjustment for him, but it's not like he's slow or anything. It's not like that conditioning is kicking his butt.
Hmm. And we always see it all the time, even with 18, 19-year-olds, like, oh man, I'm used to running in college, but it's different than the pro
Mhm.
G League, I mean, college, G League, NBA is just different. It's a different pace. It's 48 minutes now. It's not 40. It's
Yeah.
48 minutes, but I'll go Zach Edey, but my dark horse is Reece Shepard. I think Houston's gonna be explosive. I know they can't stop nobody, they can't stop me or you, Houston, but like they're a fun league pass team to watch. Fun league pass team to watch. Coach of the year. What do you think?
Uh, gotta keep it the same. Why not?
You go
You go from 27 wins to 40
I knew you were
plus
gonna say
wins.
this. I knew you
Hey,
would say this. I knew you were gonna say
I'm just saying, it's all in the script for the Grizzlies to go ahead and scoop some awards up. So
this. So,
I do think Taylor Jenkins is going to get Coach of the Year. If not him, maybe maybe New York's coach.
Tom Thibodeau. Tibbs.
Tibbs, yeah, Tibbs. He could get it. It really just depends on where they finish. If they finish in the top two, then more than likely Tibbs could go ahead and get it because the Grizzlies are not finishing the top two in the West. I can let you know that right now.
Hmm.
But if the New York Knicks can finish 1, 2, maybe three, depending on how that played out, um, I think it's Tibbs to go ahead and win if Taylor Jenkins does get it.
I mean, I could see that if they go from like 27 to 57, a 30 point, I think that might be the highest. I have to look up and see the highest from one season to the next, the
That'd
win
be a that'd
percentage.
be a major
That
flip.
would be that would I'll be like, yeah, I could see Taylor Jenkins doing it. But I think Boston, I think we think Boston's gonna run away with the East. And if they run away with the East, they have like a 60 plus win season. You gotta give it to Joe Mazzulla. Like
No,
you gotta give it to
no.
Joe. You just got to.
How
Like
much work is Joe putting in though?
he's putting in work. He's putting in some work. I was not a big
These
fan of
Celtics
Joe,
have ran through coaches like I run through underwear, bro.
but Udoka
Anybody
did
can
it to
go.
himself. Udoka could
Anybody,
have won this if
yeah,
he
but
stayed. Like,
okay then. But that's my thing. That's the thing though. Like I feel like anybody could go coach these Celtics. I mean, that's a
nah,
two of the players on that roster are worth $1 billion alone together.
but you still got to find a way to their togetherness. Like it's a lot of things. You have glue and you're able to hold on to that glue, hold on to that. He's able to do that. Like he was put in a very awkward position, very awkward. Joe Mazzulla, like after what Udoka did, and granted, like they almost got swept out by man. They came if they would have came back down 0-3 last year, and they would probably found a way to win that. I'd be like, okay, I give up. The jig is up. Like, but they found a way to win last year, even though the road was pretty semi-easy. But you
Am
still got
I?
it done. You still got it done. Like Dallas was no Luca's Luca. And that was a tough challenge, even though it was a quick 5 game series. We get it. But Tatum and Brown elevated their games. And Jason Tatum, man, you want to talk about somebody that's pissed off, that's angry? Look out. Like I just mentioned Giannis, like Jason Tatum, that might be 1B MVP, Jason Tatum. Like he's gonna be playing even more angry this year. Like
For sure.
it was like, hey man, I'm on this Olympic team. Like, do you not know I'm here? I could be relaxing. Why are you doing this to me, Steve Kerr? I blame Steve Kerr for this, by the way, by not playing him. Like
I
a
mean,
1000% blame Steve Kerr. If he goes off,
yeah.
I
He
mean,
set up. He put that fuel in the fire
but I think Joe Mazzulla. I just think, especially the East is tough now. Like
for
we
sure.
mentioned, New York, Philadelphia, Milwaukee, Indiana, Orlando, Cleveland. Like if they get 60 games in that conference, I think hands down Joe Mazzulla has to win Coach of the Year. But I ain't mad at Taylor Jenkins thing. I'm not mad. I like the angle that you went on there. That was a right good right angle, a cute angle that you did. Like I like that angle. Um, Sixth man of the year. Hmm. Klay Thompson.
Uh,
If he start,
how
I
he
don't know if he
started.
started. He,
Yo, don't do him like that, bro.
I'm sorry. Pew pew. I started. You mean to tell me Clay at this point is gonna start? No,
Yeah,
no, no.
yeah. If Dallas knows what's good for them because they know why they lost.
Why they had no shooting, but Clay could come off the bench and
Okay
just
then,
shoot. Clay could come off and shoot. Now I don't think
right there.
he's a liability on defense. There, he's a liability. At this point of his career, liability. Why
Luka's a
have him playing?
liability on defense.
Luka's still young. I can give him some grace.
Oh, bro,
I can give
man,
him a little
that's
bit
not
more
an
grace than Clay.
excuse. That's
I can
not
give
an
him.
excuse. That's not an excuse. If he's young, he needs to be playing 10 times harder then. Because he
Mm.
got them freshy legs. That's not an excuse.
All right, I say Nas Reed. I'm sorry, I'm tricky. I go Nas Reed. But don't be surprised if Clay has come out the bench. But I
Okay,
go Nas
okay,
Reed.
you go Nas Reed. I'm gonna go same team.
Mm.
Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah, okay. That was a very splashy selection. Dante's been chirping. He's been chirping at Jalen Brunson's dad. Somebody on the Knicks staff. He's becoming a villain. Do you like this evil Dante that we're seeing
I
right
mean, someone has to be the villain.
here?
I like it though. I
I
like
like
it.
it. I like it. I mean, I didn't know he had so much animosity. I guess when you get traded, all the true feelings come out. Like everything just comes out. It's like you chose this player that over me, a system. Everything just comes out like dirty laundry.
Oh,
Just
for
comes
sure.
out.
I mean, I get it. He's pretty frustrated too, because I'm sure he would have loved to stay at Golden State. He was a fine, fine, fine player. I'm upset that we weren't able to keep him. And then you go into a New York system where they're pretty much building New York Wildcats. They're
Hmm.
pretty much building the NBA version of Villanova. And you're going to the season all giddy and all excited, and then all of a sudden, uh, we're sending you off. You're not going to be able to play with your friends. I'm sorry. What?
What? Yeah.
So now here we go again. It's just like now there's another organization that you wanted to play for and that you was excited to play for, and now you're getting the chance to go. I mean, it's not a bad situation because it's not like he's going to Portland, Washington, Charlotte. He's still going to be contending and playing high level basketball. But it's just like, bro, come on, man.
I hear you. I hear you. So yeah, I think that's a good selection. Finally, most improved player. Um, I got a couple options.
Okay.
Um, I like Bobby Portis, even though he's everybody knows Bobby Portis though. Um, I can really see Bobby Portis is he's such an energetic guy. When he gets on the court, like the whole energy changes. Like,
Oh,
and
for sure.
they're an older team, they're gonna need some defense because Brooke Lopez, I'm sorry. Like, why is he still like why is he still captivating space? Like, you don't do anything. You just want to shoot. I need your big body in there and get some rebounds, something, defend. Like, he wants to shoot 23s a game. Like, you need a glue guy like Bobby that's like, I don't care if I score 0 points. Like, let me
Hmm.
get 10 boards, let me get a couple blocks. Like, um, I just but I like the CP3 and Wimby thing. Like, Chris Paul, I'm sorry, you guys didn't utilize Chris Paul the way you should have. I'm sorry. Like,
I mean, we weren't even supposed to get him in the first place, to be honest. But whenever you have worries about the health of your roster, especially what has happened in the past, because I mean that's what's pretty much done killed the Warriors a couple of times. You didn't have Clay for some parts, you didn't have Steph for some parts.
mm.
I mean, at some point you're just like, okay, we need somebody reliable. Because I mean, at the other times you had to deal with D'Lo, you had to deal with um, who else would come off the bench?
But back in Golden State days, like before Chris
Yeah,
Paul or
yeah. Before
uh
Chris Paul, like D'Angelo Russell, which was just D'Angelo, and then
mhm,
I mean Andrew Wiggins, even though he was a three, but
yeah.
he was still he was another person that you was hoping that would be a reliable asset to come off the bench, but he was
Hmm.
nowhere to be found.
Hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. It came to a point where you're just like, okay, we need to make sure we have somebody. But I mean, heck, CP3 was barely available for some parts as well.
He played 40. I don't think he played for half a season. I
That's
can't
what I'm
remember.
saying. So
I
it's
feel
just like,
he seems energized. I see the video, Spurs social media. He looks energized because he's got Wemby. Um, I'll go Chris Paul. I'll go CP3.
really, that's interesting.
I'm gonna go CP3.
I'm gonna go Evan Mobley.
Yeah, not bad. Evan Mobley, double machine, boy. I can see that. Oh, defensive player of the year, Wemby.
That's automatic. I was about to say that's automatic. That's Wimby.
Wemby. Wemby. Can he average a quadruple double this year? 10,
Nah,
10, 10.
nah,
It's possible. I think he can.
nah.
I think he can.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Where's the other one? Where's the other one's gonna come in from?
Let's see. Block points, rebounds, blocks, steals.
Heck no. There's no way he's going to get it in
He's
steals,
so
and there's
tall.
no
Like,
way,
he's
and there's no
so.
way he's going to get it in assist either. So that's what
I
I'm
think
just
rebound.
like
Okay.
a
Points,
quad.
points, rebounds, blocks, assists,
No, I
assists.
mean I don't see him dishing out 10 assists a
I
game,
can. Castle can shoot.
especially when you have CP3, who's made for that.
I mean, hey, we just got done saying liability of CP3 now. I mean. We just got done saying that.
Yeah, but Wemby ain't no CP3.
As a big man, no, as a big man, he reminds me of a lot of Arvinas Sabonis. You remember Arvinas Sabonis from Portland?
Yeah, for sure.
Like
Yeah.
his game is similar to like that. I
If
think.
anybody has a chance of doing that, it's Joker.
I don't know the team they got now. I don't. I'm
Yeah,
gonna take.
Jokic, he'll have more assists than Wemby will. And I could put money on that. He will average
Mm,
more assists than Wemby will.
but, I don't know. Russell
Mm.
Westbrook is gonna hold that ball. I don't know. Like he's gonna. Oh, I'm gonna change it to Chris Paul. I'm gonna go to put KCP. Now that he's in Orlando, I'm gonna go with that.
Oh, no,
I
that's a
think
good
now.
pick. No, that's
I
a good pick.
Now he's really got a green light in Orlando now. Like for real, for real. Like him and Pablo and Vance White. Ooh. Well, okay, we've teased it long
Uh,
enough. So
uh,
let's get into the wins totals for this year. These are according to FanDuel. We're gonna go in order from A to what's the last thing? W.
W.
A to W. I was gonna say A to Z. I can't say A to Z. It's A to
Uh,
W. We're gonna start with the dirty, dirty South, the Atlanta Hawks. Their win total is 36 and a half. Do you think this is over or under?
I'm gonna go with probably. I pretty much. I guess I'll go safe and say over. I feel like it's gonna be pretty much straight on because they finished 36 wins last year as well. So,
A little bit.
eh.
Yeah, they finished 38, 39. Yeah. It was a sweater at the end of the season, yeah, to say the least. Delonte Murray's is not a member of this team no more. Sneak Bay, I like Sneak Bay. He's in Washington. Money. That's all I can. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you go to
Mm-hmm.
that dumpster fire Wizards, it's gotta be money. I'm over. I like their lineup. I know they lost Delonte Murray. The Lakers should have got him. It's another subject for another day. But Trey Young, Jalen Johnson, I like Jalen. That boy he's just so he could play power forward, he could play point guard. I like him.
Mm-hmm.
Bogdan Bogdanovic talked a lot during the Olympics, a whole lot during the Olympics, especially Carmelo doing all this to Melo. Like he could, how on and off he could be. He could be on, and when he's on, off, off.
Oh,
But
oh yeah,
um, David Rowdy is a member of this Atlanta Hawks team. David Rowdy,
that's an
hey,
asset though. He a
yeah,
baller.
Dyson Daniels. I mean, they got Larry Nance Jr. I definitely go over. The East is just bad. We don't have to get into the East is just the bottom tier of the East is bad. Their top four heavy in the East, but after that is bad. So yeah, I'll definitely go over with the Atlanta Hawks. The Boston Celtics 58 and a half, over or under.
58. Uh, Man. And I believe didn't they hit like 60 wins in the regular season last year?
64.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna probably go. Oof, I don't see them repeating that, but I can see them probably reaching 58. I'm gonna go. Ooh, no, I'll be safe. I'm gonna go under. No, but not by much. Probably like 56. You know what I'm saying? 57.
Your
But
reason is because the East, the top, everybody like the contenders got better.
yeah,
That's your
yeah,
argument.
yeah. They're
All
not. They're
right.
not good. There's some games that they won last year that they're just not going to win this year, and it's not that by much either. I mean, they're probably going to drop, like I said, probably four more games than they did last year, but still finish on top of the East.
The only reason I see them going under is injuries. And if Al Horford really just declines, like if this is like the decline year of Al Horford, then I could really see them going under. I see 60. I say over. I just don't. You gotta have, like I say, injuries. I hope the injury bug doesn't get on any team, but if the injury bug gets to them, it's definitely an under. But over for me. They're bringing everybody back. Xavier Tillman might be unlocked if Horford declines. This might be Xavier Tillman. All right,
Yeah.
if they get Memphis Xavier Tillman, yes, like
Oh, for
because
sure.
you saw it in a couple of games in the NBA Finals. Like you get unlocked as Xavier Tillman, this team is just we could actually get a legit back to back team bearing injuries. So I definitely will go over for the Boston Celtics, but bearing injuries, definitely under. The Brooklyn Nets, this is the lowest win total according to FanDuel, 18 and a half
Mm,
over or
mm, mm,
under.
mm.
This is crazy. They got a lot of veterans on this team. How is
Man,
this the lowest over Washington and Utah? Like, how is this in Portland? Like
just
over for
bad.
me.
I mean, it's just a bad atmosphere, dude. It's just
How is it bad? They got a lot of veterans like Dennis Schroeder. If they get Germany Dennis Schroeder, like he was playing, he played good in the Olympics.
but
He
I
really did.
mean, keep going. Who else they have?
Okay, Cam Thomas. Now, in Cam Thomas' defense, he shoots a lot. There's a stat out there, and I saw it on Stat Mules. Shout out to Stat Mules. He shoots 100. He is the fifth guy. He leads the NBA. He's top five in shots. Just shooting.
Shots taken. Yeah.
Shots taken. Like he's top five. Cam Thomas, like his percentage, and then his shooting percentage is like 28%. There's only five guys in the history of the NBA that shot worse than Cam Thomas. And we have to go back to like the 60s and 70s. Like a sports center did you know you guys? Like that's bad.
Mm, mm,
like,
mm, 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 mm.
like this guy will just shoot you out of a game. Like, but I say over. I mean, I just don't see 18 and a half as a low. That's a low number. Like Detroit doesn't even have this. Like
But I
I,
feel like Detroit is a much better team
they're better
than
coached now. I don't know about better staff wise. Like
see. But there you go. I mean,
I don't know.
I just don't feel like Brooklyn is in a situation where they're just really in the mindset of winning right now. I'm sure Schroeder wants to win, but like other than that, I mean, they don't
Zaire,
really
I keep saying these former careers, and Zaire Williams unlocked. Is that
stop. Stop.
like
I
chip
mean,
on the
I'm sure.
shoulder?
I mean, I'm sure
Like,
he'll have. I'm sure he'll have a couple of few good games or whatnot. But I mean, only because he has to play. There's nobody else on that team.
Dennis Schroeder, Cam Johnson. I mean Cameron Johnson. I'm sorry, Cam Thomas, Nicholas Claxton, and Dory Finney-Smith. I could get more than 18 wins out of that. Come on, like
Okay, I'll give you 20. I'll go over, but I'll give you 20.
you find the ledge on that. This it's not a lock. Put it like
Oh
that.
no.
Definitely not a lock, but definitely more than 18. That's speaking of another bottom feeder. Well, no, I'm gonna get Chicago. Well, Chicago, yeah. Chicago Bulls, 28 and a half.
I'm gonna go over.
I'm sorry we started off with the really bad teams, you guys. It's A through
I'm
W. So
gonna go over. I'm gonna go over. I feel like,
do you
they
feel good
won't.
about seeing Lonzo back?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that a feel good?
That
They
is a
lost
feel good.
Caruso. They lost Caruso. Like,
If anything, Lonzo could be most improved also.
ooh, I don't know. I gotta see more. I
Bring
mean,
back bring back comeback player of the year. Where's my comeback player of the year award at?
you
Bring
want
that back.
I forgot about Brooklyn. Ben Simmons. Okay, comeback player, Ben Simmons. Never mind.
See, you just need to just end the stream right now. Ben Simmons. Boy,
I mean,
boy.
he's the one that's talking. I'm just repeating verbatim what a lot of Brooklyn social media he's saying, like, play more than 40 games, Ben. How about play more than 30? Like, like, but I say Alonzo's jump shot has gotten better. He's gotten so much better than when he was in LA, the Lakers, and it's
Hmm.
gotten much better his shooting. So no DeMar DeRozan, the Chicago Bulls team, under for me. I don't know how they're gonna. I think Kobe White has to be crazy shooting, like crazy. He's got to elevate his game. Kobe White, the only
Hmm.
thing I see. They were in the 10th. They were in the play-in last year. I don't think they're going to be in the play-in this year. I go slight under. The Charlotte Hornets. Oof, what is it? 31 and a half. 30. So Charlotte, they predict Charlotte to get three more wins than what am I missing something with this? Or
It's
like
it's the return of the balls. I'm trying to tell you, man. It's the return of the balls.
can the ball stay healthy? Can the balls as the ball industry, what do they call themselves? The ball brother? I don't know.
The big
The
baller brand.
big ball, but oh Lord. You know what? What a time to live in, the big baller brand back in the day. Like, them shoes were trash. They were like, they talk about Steph Curry shoes. Like, if Steph Curry shoes look like hospital shoes, what did the big baller brand shoes look like to you? Construction worker shoes? Like,
Stop.
I'm just
Bowling shoes.
strike. That was perfect. That was perfect. The perfect strike. What's the guy that Pete Weber do? Yeah, like that. Yeah. Who do you think you are? I am.
I am.
Exactly. But 31 under. Oh, what are you doing? Unless you think Brandon Miller, could he be more improved? I don't know. Like
So
Miles
the way,
Bridges?
so the interesting thing about it is, of course, 10 teams in total make it to the postseason, which is, the play-in and whatnot. Total
Uh-huh.
of 10 teams, 1 through 10. Dude, according to FanDuel, Charlotte is that 10th team.
Mm. I don't want the only reason why we want to see Charlotte and Tennessee to hear our boy, the announcer for Charlotte. That's the only
I
Eric Collins. That boy. And he's not even hiding his bias. When another team shoots or do another three, it's like, no, no.
He's not supposed to. It's the local telecast. It's
Why is
not
he?
like,
You can't be doing that, man. But people pick that
yeah.
up. People pick that up, is what I'm
It's
saying.
the
Like,
it's the local telecast. What are you supposed to? What you think when you watch a Bally Sports in Memphis? Do you want them to be like, "That's what I'm talking about, Luca"? Yeah, yeah.
right. Hold on, right quick. I gotta
No, you
get this
good.
door right quick. Oh, all right. We're back. Yeah, but Meg, but Gus Johnson can't hold a candle to Gus Johnson, though.
I just need them two in the booth together. I'll die happy. Just give me them two with the, and that's
For
what
like
it
one
should have
game.
been. They should have had them two in the Olympics.
Oh my gosh.
If they would
LeBron.
if they would have had them two calling the Olympics, bro, you talking about, man? Come on, especially during the Curry game. Oh my gosh, man! I wish them two were calling that game.
Maybe basketball, Gus Johnson. I don't know about football. Football is just mixing.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
mixing. I don't
no,
like him calling football. It's
no, no.
no.
I like basketball. I like basketball Gus Johnson better than football Gus Johnson. Football Gus
Yeah.
Johnson, he's not terrible, but it's just there's nothing
He,
like basketball Gus
he
Johnson.
says 7 or 8 words. Mixing down the middle. Joe Mixon again. Touchdown, Joe Mixon. Okay, we got his name, Gus. We got it. Like you said it 4 times in less than 10 seconds. We got it. Like you know. Shout out to Gus Johnson. He's an icon, but like basketball, them two and Eric. How does Steph Curry's that? How does he? Because I know he wants to crack up. It just how does he contain like a composed, just stay composed while Eric Collins is just going in? Like
He's just used to it, I guess, man.
how does
He,
Dale just stay? I don't get it. Like he deserves an Academy Award for that, supporting actor, because he showed boy. I'll be like, man, calm down, man. Like, how you getting excited over playing Washington? Like, what are we doing? Like, how much coffee did you drink? How much refresher did you like?
he just
Like,
loves his NBA basketball, bro.
he does. I want to meet him though. I want to get some insight on how he does it on a night in and night out basis. Like, all right, some good teams coming up now. The Cleveland Cavaliers 48 and a half. Over or under. New coach. Uh your boy Kenny Atkinson's a new coach. I like it.
I'm go over.
I go over too. I think Donovan Mitchell, he's got his money. You like you mentioned Evan Mobley, Darius Garwin. It's got to be playoff time. You do in the regular season, that's cool and fine. But now you get to the playoffs. Can they beat Boston? Can they beat Philly? Like
Right.
I'm gonna get to Philly later, but I definitely go over with the over as well. Um, the Dallas Mavericks 48 and a half. This feels like a under to me. I think 48 is a lot. Over 48, 49 just seems a lot. I go under for me.
I'm gonna go over.
You think so? It's got to be just you think Clay can help because they were four. What were they? They were 50 last, 50 and 32.
That's
Okay.
what I'm saying. See,
Um,
it's doable. And then
but
you add
Clay,
on Clay, but
I
see,
don't
you
know.
add on Clay. Clay could get you two extra wins to reach back up to 50. If the if the if,
Mm.
if the over under is 48 and a half, Clay could get you those two extra wins. The addition of Clay should give you two extra wins.
Um, they need some. I don't know. Let me. I'm looking at their roster. Um, Josh Green. They lost Josh Green. That low key might be a problem. And well, Tim Hardaway Jr. No, but they brought in Najee Marshall as well. Najee Marshall can dip and dab. You could put him in the three, put him in one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Spencer Spencer Dinwiddie, good luck with that. Stop. Okay. Spencer Dinwiddie, that's I don't know. If they get the Spencer Dinwiddie of Brooklyn, yeah. The Spencer Dinwiddie of the Lakers, I no, no. Um, it's
I
to be
think
determined though. 50 wins is a from 50 to 48, I can see that.
I think I feel comfortable with giving them that 50. I think you're gonna get Spencer Dinwiddie of Brooklyn. I think you're gonna I'm probably gonna give still a washed up Clay. That's just how he is right now. But what you need from Clay,
Six man of the year.
if you can get 12, if you can get 12, 15 from Clay with about, shooting about 3 to 4 threes,
Hmm.
he finished the night 3 for 5, 3 for 6, something like that. I think you'll be all right.
I think so. It to be determined. 50 going for 50 to 47 might be a dip. That might be a little over extreme, but okay, this might be my over extreme take right here. The Denver Nuggets.
Okay.
49 and a half.
Okay.
I want to troll them so bad. Denver Nuggets.
I don't know why. Actually, I
Um,
do know why. Because some different nuggets be kicking y'all's butts.
I don't think they are going to be this year. I think we could get two. We got that one. Lakers got that one last year. The streak is over. Thank God. The Russell Westbrook thing just doesn't feel right. And Jamal Murray's play in the Olympics is a question mark, to say the least. Like he was awful with Canada.
Hmm.
Awful. I ain't never seen that type of shit Jamal Murray play in a long time. Like it's bad.
But he was low key kind of struggling towards the latter part of last year too, though.
And that's the thing. I mean, if we think Minnesota and OKC are just here, Denver's got to take a step down. But
So
I don't think
you
it's
you
less
you
than
don't think you
50.
don't think you don't think the addition of Russ could, you know, make up the slack of Jamal
Would you have kept
Murray?
KCP or brought in Westbrook?
Uh,
So
man. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my thing.
that's what I'm saying.
That's my thing. Cause
I
I
go
mean I mean man,
flight under.
I think a lot of people want that OKC Russ, but that Russ is just long, 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 long gone. And you talk about Clay being a liability. Russ is the liability. I mean, hell, you saw how much of a liability he was as a Laker.
I saw it firsthand. It wasn't just him, but he had a part. He had a helping hand in it.
Oh no,
Like
he had a strong part in that.
I think under. I'm sorry. Like we're gonna see a frustrated Joker this year. A frustrated Joker. One of the, oh my God, Joker threw his towel down or his body language. Like we're gonna get a body language Joker this year that people are not ready to see, and that other Nuggets fans are in denial that it's gonna happen. I see a lot of Nuggets fans excited. What are you guys excited about, really? That I have seen, that you have seen. Like, what are they really excited about? Is my question. I mean. we've seen it for 6 of the last 7 years. He's on
They
a different team. Like
mhm.
we see it. Like don't let your
Just
eyes deceive you guys. Your eyes are
they
right. Like I'm telling you guys, like
maybe it's just the smoke in the air.
it's the Colorado. It's got. I don't see it. I think I say slide under, slide under.
Well, Denver is Denver, and until they are able to be kicked out of the top four, they're going to win 50 games. I just don't see them. The only two other teams that are better than them, in my opinion, is OKC and possibly Minnesota.
Hmm,
Other
possibly
than that,
Minnesota,
other than
Phoenix,
that,
Phoenix.
see, and we'll get to them as we get down to
Hmm.
the alphabets. But
Hmm.
I see you. I see, and I have something for that. But
Okay.
no,
You
I
say
see where you're
over.
coming from.
You say over though.
Yeah.
All right. Detroit Pistons. The Detroit 25 and a half under. I don't even want to. But JB is a better coach than Monty Williams. I just
Yeah.
he's got his work cut out. Like Kay
I think,
Cunningham. Like
yeah, I think Cunningham and the rest of that team, they've been developing well. Isn't James up there too? Is James still up there?
James, he is. He is. James Wiseman. Let me
I
let
mean,
me let me double check. Yeah. Um
I mean, they
it-
got a squad. They don't have a terrible squad.
Tobias Harris is back with Detroit. Good times. Like uh Malik Beasley, Tim Hardaway Jr.
Okay.
Uh they I don't know. Troy Brown out. They lost Taj Gibson. Taj Gibson was with Detroit. Like
Jesus.
James Wiseman is actually not on the team. He got
Okay.
rid of him. They got rid of him. He's in Indiana.
That's right. He sure is in Indiana. He is in Indiana.
Yeah. Uh
Ooh. But
Jalen
don't they?
Duren.
But then they have like 50,000 different centers anyway.
They do. I mean, their current starting five, maybe, is Kay Cunningham, Jalen Duren, I believe probably Malik Beasley,
Should be.
Isaiah Stewart,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
probably
well,
Thompson, the Thompson boy, the twin.
yeah.
I would want to say. Or it could
I
be Tim Hardaway Jr. I don't or Tobias Harris. It could be Tobias. I don't know. But
and we're at 25 and a half. Ooh. It's gonna be close. I may have to
oh,
go under. I may have to
gotta
go
go
under.
under. You got
Yeah, I may have to go
25?
under. Yeah, I might have
That's
to
a
go
lot.
under.
That's a lot. But JB, like I said, congrats. You got your work cut out, buddy. Now let's get to your team. Let's get to the Golden State Warriors.
We'll get to the Warriors, man.
42 and a half. What do you think?
I'm gonna go over.
I agree with you.
Not by a
Um,
lot.
I agree.
Not by a lot. But I'm gonna go over. They probably cap out about 45.
I think I like what y'all brought. I like what y'all brought in with Kyle Anderson, D'Anthony Milton, Buddy Hield. I think Buddy Hield. We get old Buddy Hield back. I mean, like just shoot. I need you to shoot like 12 shots, buddy. Like I need I need the best of Buddy when he's in, like just don't even think. You know how certain players overthink stuff and they just
Mm-hmm.
like just don't think when you're on the court, buddy. Just shoot. Steph is gonna give you the ball. He's gonna give you the rock. He's gonna let you shoot. Um, Draymond, like I need Draymond to stay on the court. That's all. Like we know
I
how
need
Draymond can get.
Draymond. Yeah, Draymond could get disqualified in 2 minutes of a basketball game. So
We don't need that.
yeah.
We don't need that. You don't need that. Moses Moody, like, can we
Who
unlock? Can
who
Moses
who
Moody
who
can be unlocked?
who
Like
got it? Who got a contract extension?
Kuminga, can he be unlocked too? Like,
He's gonna have to be. He just got paid.
I mean, Andrew Wiggins, he's gonna.
See,
At this point, we just at this point, another guy that I omitted to being most improved, Brandon Poss. He could really.
pause. Hey, pause. That's a baller
That's
right
a.
there, bro. That's a
I didn't see him coming last
baller.
year. I did not see that coming last year, but the boy is good.
Pause.
That boy is good. But I say over. I say over Golden State. I think 7, 8. I think as long as y'all stay avoid the play-in, just like my team, the Lakers, avoid the play-in. Hey, if y'all play, let's say y'all play Phoenix in the first round. I think I'm just saying, playoffs are about matchups. Like
And it's crazy. About 5 minutes ago,
I know, I just said Phoenix is gonna be a top heavy team. But I'm saying matchup wise,
I get it
that's an intriguing matchup. What I'm saying.
to a
Kevin Durant and
degree.
Steph. We don't know. But I definitely go over for Golden State. The Houston Rockets, 43 and a half.
Oof. Mm, so that's around.
I I
I
say over.
I I guess
They
because
had
they
40
weren't
wins last year.
terrible. I was about to say they weren't terrible last year, and I'm sure they. I mean, they've just been an improving team. Isn't their coach? Oh, whatchamacallit?
Udoka. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go over.
They were 40, they won 41 last year. I think I say over. I mean, at some point their roster's got to mesh. And I think it will mesh. I think Reece Shepard, like I said, is just he's gonna electrify people. I'm telling you guys. Steven Adams going to Houston.
I mean,
I
he's gonna
mean,
be irrelevant. I
I don't
promise you.
know. Him and Segu, like that's a
I think Steven's in
like
a shell of himself. I think we've brought
y'all.
you talk about Taj
Man,
Gibson and you talk about these other long vets. He's up there, man.
he's
His
up
time
there.
he's on borrowed time.
Borrowed time. Come on, like they are one trade away too. They are one trade away as well. But Dylan Brooks, like Jalen Green, this is an explosive team. Can they stop somebody? Is the question. Can they make a Cam Whitmore like Fred VanVleet? They got to stop somebody.
I mean, they got the
Amin,
talent for it. They
Amin Thompson, like
they
Jabari. Can Jabari be most improved? He can be in that most improved category as well. Jabari Smith Jr.
true. He could.
Um, I say over. I think this team they gotta make some. They gotta be like they can't be Sacramento because we were talking about how good Sacramento could be, potentially could be now. Well, last year, at least last year, they couldn't stop nobody. Defense was just bad, horrible. I don't want it to be like that because if it is track meet, there's no chance you can sustain that for 82 games. Like, but we both agree over.
Mhm.
That might be a good lock for me to place a bet on. The Indiana Pacers back to the East, 47 and a half. I think this might be a stretch, but
I'm a I'm
like
gonna go over.
did they shoot all their bullets last year is my question. Because
I feel like
they
I feel like they got some left in the chamber.
they did a lot of stuff last year that was just like wow, like Tyrese Halliburton, we know how good he is, but let me see, did they lose anybody of significance? They didn't really lose a lot. They really didn't. I mean, Doug McDermott's still in the league, you guys. I didn't. They recently lost him. Well, he left. James Wiseman might.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
It's time, man.
I'm
If
trying
it's
to
not
tell you,
now, then
man.
never. If
Oh
not
no,
now, never.
it's definitely now. Like he has like this is his opportunity because he had glimpses in Detroit after he left Golden State. Like
Yeah.
people started to realize they were just like, oh, they just weren't really using him. They as in Golden State, they just weren't really using him or just knew how to use him. I think that
Mhm.
was their main issue. They just didn't know how to use him. But you go to pretty much Center University, where there's just a crap ton of big
Too
men
many.
everywhere.
Too
So I
many.
mean, he got a whole bunch of learning experience up there, and so now he's honing his skills, taking it to Indiana. Bro, I'm
Mhm.
telling you, man, this is his moment.
Mm, you might be. I mean, like I said, they didn't really add anybody. They're just running it back mostly with everybody. 47 and a half.
And I believe they finished 47 last year.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I go over by like 1 or 2 games. Don't feel confident about it, but they're still gonna make the playoffs. I just if you bring the same team back, you really didn't add. You added James Wiseman, you added a center. Does that mean Miles Turner's minutes go down? I mean, even though he's a liability on defense, Miles Turner
I
to
think
be
it'll go.
determined.
I think it'll go down a little bit, but I don't think you're missing out on production too much.
Because if his minutes go down, and Wiseman offense is not all the way there yet. I mean, it,
But I
interesting,
mean,
interesting dynamic to that.
no, yeah.
We'll see. The LA Clippers. Guess what, you guys? You're going to a new stadium. You're moving out of the basement. You're in that wonderful, wonderful stadium, and you're with and FanDuel thinks you're just 37 and a half. We are going back to the Elton Brand, Darius Miles Clippers, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're going with.
Oh Lord.
And guess what? Kawhi Leonard is out indefinitely.
That's why. That's why the total is so low. And
Ooh,
and are we surprised?
I'm not.
I, I'm not either. So,
Kawhi is just collecting checks at this point in his career.
I'm going to be safe and take the over.
Why? Safe? That's a safe bet. That's safe for
I'm
you.
going to be safe and take the over
They're lottery bound.
because I feel like they got there's wiggle room with that, bro. Between 37 and a half and like where we said Golden State was at 42 and a half. I mean that team's not too far off talent wise from Golden State.
Are you buying stock in Kai Jones and Derrick Jones Jr. and Kevin Porter Jr.? Are you buying stock in that? I mean,
I bought stock in D
uh,
double J. I've been bought stock in D double J.
I mean, they lost so. I mean, not even just Paul George, like and Russell Westbrook, Mason Plumlee. Who I look, the Plumlees, the boy can just hustle. Like you just lost Daniel Tice. Like now you bring in Kai Jones, who we don't even know if his head is all the way in basketball at this
Mm.
point. Like you brought Nicholas Batum. Yay. I mean,
Serviceable.
serviceable. Yeah, okay. Derrick Jones. Derrick Jones had his moments in Dallas. I get it. Kevin Porter Jr. God, good luck with that. Like, just
It's
just focus on
no,
basketball.
it's definitely going to be an uphill battle, and they're definitely going to struggle filling in the Intuit Dome.
Oof.
But like I said, uh, it's the Clippers, bro, and
Yeah.
I feel like I can't really just bet against the Clippers too much.
Mm. Good luck to that. I gotta go to a game at some point and see how just fantastic the atmosphere is. It's like Cowboy Stadium, you know. Right.
You might as well go when the Lakers go into town.
Might as well. Possibility.
That's the only time it's gonna be filled up.
It's gonna be no when Boston goes, it'll be filled up. It's like the
I
Rams.
mean,
It's like the Rams of football. Like whenever the Rams, like, or maybe the Chargers too, both of them. Like whenever the Rams or the Steelers come to town, or just recently they had the Raiders. It was more Raiders fans than Rams fans. Like it's just like that. Like it's just the NBA version with the Clippers. All right, now, sadly, the LA Lakers, 42 and a half. I'll let you go. What do you think?
uh, 42 and a half. So we go from 37 and a half with the Clippers to 42 and a half with the Lakers. Which is the same thing for the Golden State Warriors, 42 and a half. So
They're
now the
going,
question so now the question is, do I feel like Lakers are better than the Golden State? No. Take the under.
are you sure?
Yes.
We won 47 last year, but LeBron and AD, and please don't knock on any wood, you guys, people, our viewers and all that. If they play just the same amount, we got to go over. Even if it's less than 47 to 40, it's over. LeBron and AD, if healthy, are a top five duo in the league.
That's a strong ass if, but I hear you.
They're if healthy. They are a top 5 duo in the league. And we know this. Like, you know this.
When was the last time Braun played 70 games in the season?
Back to back season. Because he played 70 last year. Well, 72. AD played 76 games last year. I mean, but look, I don't expect AD to play 76.
I was so about to say because last year was a good year
It
compared to how
was.
he is compared to how AD was the year before last. That
When
boy
the
has so much pay time sickness.
AD, I've never seen like going back to the playoffs. He played great against Joker. He played outstanding against Joker. You got to admit that. In the Olympics, he was good. LeBron
For
Olympics
sure.
was good.
For sure.
If they bring this back and keep it the way it is, and Dalton Connect, you guys, I forgot to mention him Rookie of the Year as well. Dalton is like he is balling. That boy is
This
balling.
dude right here.
I'm just saying, you got to admit
This
Dalton is playing. He is
no,
hooping.
he's for sure. He's for sure
He's
hooping and balling
hooping.
and stuff like that. That's why you'll see him on the court sooner than you'll see Bronny.
Dalton might be starting at some point. Probably not. Well, it'll be
I
Russell Reeves. The small the small
I don't think
forwards.
he'll be starting.
I
If
think he
anything, he'll
is.
be like the seventh person to come off the bench.
LeBron. Okay, maybe Cam Reddish. I don't even. No, they could probably start Vanderbilt and AD. Maybe Christian Wood. Ah, Jack.
See, that's what I'm
No,
saying.
Rui. I'm sorry, Rui. Duh. Rui, LeBron, AD, um, Russell, and Austin Reeves. You're right. But JJ Redick being the new coach, I like JJ Redick. I'm
Oh
just gonna,
Lord. And see, and another
even
reason
though
why I'm going under. Another reason why I went under, but continue on.
we could have had, I understand what the logic is. JJ was the second option because we wanted our man from UConn, Dan Hurley, who I hope Dan Hurley just falls over a cliff and just he realizes what a golden opportunity he really had to coach the purple and gold. Like he blew
Is it really that much of a golden opportunity? Because
a golden opportunity.
I could have sworn people was telling JJ Redick not to take the job either.
JJ's no fool. Like if
JJ is a whole fool.
he is not a fool. Like he
Well,
knew
he's
he knew that.
he's not a fool because it's financially benefiting him.
Thank you. Like I said, it's not a
Other
foolish
than
behavior.
that,
That's not foolish
it,
behavior. Like
other than that, this is not something he's gonna want to put on his resume.
yes,
Not on his job resume. He's gonna be like, I don't recall working for this organization at all.
don't do that. Don't do that. Darvingham, best of luck to you, Milwaukee. He's assistant to Milwaukee. But I think this could be a coaching improvement. Time will tell. But I think JJ is smart. He has a smart IQ. He does. Like we listen to him commentate on games. He's smart. I definitely go over if health wise. Over. And I think they are going to be like a nine. I think they're going to be AC. I think we're going to be AC. And I think I give Golden State a 7 seed.
Let me
Like
see. Hold on. So according to FanDuel, due to these projections, Lakers are the 11th seed, the Clippers are the 12th seed.
do 11 seed.
Yeah. Golden State's the 10th seed and
Wow.
the final team to make the play-in.
We'll see. Interesting. All right. FanDuel already pissed me off. All right. Let's get to our home city, the Memphis Grizzlies. 47 and a half. What do you think?
uh Man, so they won 27 last year, so that's
Yeah.
just a pretty much a 30 game improvement. Uh, I wouldn't go 30 games because I mean, like we talk about all the time. And knock on wood, I don't want this to be a factor, but listen, we've seen this episode over and over and over again. They're going to get injured at some point, unfortunately.
Injuries are just a part of life.
That's what I'm saying. So I just feel like that 30 game improvement is just a little bit too much.
A little bit.
I can see them crossing around that 45 46 mark, but 47 and a half, hitting that 48. That's a little bit much right there.
I think originally, this is like a couple weeks ago, was 44 and a half. Now, if it was 44 and a half, yes, over. I
Yeah,
think 47 and get to 48 might be a little stretch.
exactly. Hmm.
Um, but I go under, but I feel like the Grizzlies are a playoff team. I think they're going to be, I think they're a 9 seed. I think the Lakers and like I said, Lakers and the Warriors are like 8-7. I think Memphis is in the play-in. I just avoid,
Wow.
I would avoid the Grizzlies. If I,
Wow. Grizzlies are a playing team?
they're a playing team. I think so.
Wow.
I just think the injury of Gigi is gonna hurt them a
Wow.
little bit. Like and Jared Jackson Jr. Like I think it's gonna hurt him a little bit. And Marcus Smart, this might be a decline of Marcus Smart a little bit. A little bit.
He cut his hair off.
I
He
saw that.
went
Like
he
he
went
went to
he went
Oklahoma State. He
he
went to
went to
Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State, Marcus Smart.
I saw
He
that.
he channeling and he's a freshly minted father. He has more to prove. He has so much more to play for.
Hmm. He does. I mean, just don't go in the stands like he did when he was Oklahoma State. But I mean, hey,
He's matured since
they
then.
they caught him in a bad day. I don't know what that person said to make him go into the stands like that. Like I don't know what he said.
I forgot about that. Totally forgot that happened. I,
Don't
bro,
mention it to him on media, please don't, because I don't want to trigger. I don't
I
want to get triggered by it.
totally forgot that happened, and I'm so mad because I sure would have mentioned it to him.
You would mention it if you were in the
Yeah,
meeting.
yeah. Especially we
Okay,
having a one-on-one conversation. I
there you
mean,
go.
heck, I was just in the locker room with this dude side by side. Man,
Don't do that.
shoot.
I don't want you to lose your credibility off of one stupid question. Like,
No, it's not going to be like in front of everybody. It's going to be like a one-on-one type of situation.
how did you learn from? What did you learn from that?
No, like what the heck happened?
Mm,
I just want to hear it from his viewpoint. We don't need it on the record. It could be totally off the. I just want to know, like,
that's fair.
what was said, and I see the way you reacted. I just want to know I just want to know what happened.
That's fair. That's fair. So we say slight under, but we say Memphis Grizzlies for sure, for sure. A playoff play-in team, they're in there. The Miami Heat 43 and a half.
Oof. Man, Miami's a tricky team, bro. It's like they always somehow, some way, they always exceed expectations.
Mm-hmm. Coach Spo, baby, is take
Man, I'm gonna go.
himself can get 5 wins by himself.
I'm gonna go over because they won 46 last year, so I'm gonna go over.
Quickly for me, Coach Spo and Jimmy Butler angry. Yeah, have you seen the Netflix show, Starting Five with
I watched like two of the episodes so far.
man, Jimmy Butler he's on a mission. It's all like I said, it's always injuries with mostly every team in the NBA. But
I mean,
Coach
yeah,
Bo, he's a top Coach Bo. We know this. I go over. Um, I just would like to see him fully healthy against Boston in the first round last year. How good of a series that would have been, like if everybody was healthy. But
exactly.
I'll go over. The Milwaukee Bucks 50 and a half. I say a little under.
Do Dame and Giannis finally click? That's my thing.
They have no defense though. They're all old. This might be the oldest team in the NBA now, but a little bit behind the Lakers.
I
Like
was sure about to say, bro, are
this might be the
you
oldest
sure
team.
about that?
I gotta look up
But
the
I mean,
age
no,
for this team.
they got a lot of vets on that team, though. A
I mean,
lot of vets.
Giannis is up in age. Pat Connaughton, Dame, Brooke Lopez, Chris Middleton, Bobby Portis. They just added Tarian Prince, Gary Trent Jr., who's already hurt, DeLon Wright. Uh, our boy Donis is out for the season. Like,
Mm-mm-mm.
what a beneficial that would be. Like, no Pat Bev and no Jay Crowder. They're all gone. Um, can Jay Crowder come back to the Grizzlies? He hasn't signed with a team yet. that I know.
Mm, I don't think. Why would the Grizzlies sign him?
Just a reunion. I don't know.
Nah,
But
that'd be a waste of pay money.
this defense and toughness. I mean,
It'd be a waste of money.
I say a little. I say under. I say a little under.
Yeah, I agree with you. I
Doc
can see.
Rivers. I think it's the Doc Rivers effect. Is
That's
my
it. That's
opinion.
it. That's exactly what it is. I can see them going under, but I can see them advancing all the way to like possibly the Eastern Conference Finals.
Kind of like how Indiana did. They were like Indiana was like 48
Exactly.
something in that
Exactly.
similar fashion. Like, yeah, I go a slight under. Don't feel comfortable about it, but the Minnesota Timberwolves, the new look Minnesota Timberwolves, 51 and a half.
Hmm. I'll take the I'll take the over.
I do too. And Julius Randle, another player that might be playing angry this year. Julius Randle, another one of those. You slept on me. Now, will this actually give him a clean? He has a clean slate now. But the line, and that's the thing, they can actually take Gobert out of the lineups now. They really could. Like this gives them the benefit to be like, Rudy, we gotta get you out of the lineup. Like
Yeah.
on certain extents, like him and Nas Reed can actually finish games out, along with Dante, Anthony Edwards, Mike Conley. The Mike Conley effect, though, like he's getting up there. Our boy, he's getting up there. Can he sustain that? He got his play down the stretch of that Western Conference Finals, and Anthony Edwards too. I don't want to just take him off the blame game either, but their two play was just not effective at all against Dallas in the West Conference Finals. Like, but it's a brand new, different team. I go over as well. I think they could be the second best team in the Western Conference. I think, and if Anthony Edwards can he actually elevate even more, Anthony Edwards?
I think so. I think he can elevate even more, especially the fact that I think he understands Ja is coming for his
Coming.
throat.
Hmm.
So he's gonna have because like, if for example, during starting five, Ant talks about, him slowly becoming the face of the league and, this and that, and how things are turned around and more people are starting to pay attention to him.
Hmm. I can see that. I say over for Minnesota. The New Orleans Pelicans, my beloved Zion, I think, but 45 and a half, this seems a little too high. I think his
Mm,
this seems a little too high. I say under.
it seems even to me. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go under just to be safe.
It could be 45. See, 45 and a half. It could actually be 45.
That's what
Under.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But that'd be taking the under. So
Yeah.
I'll take the under.
Do you worry about the chemistry of Murray, Brandon Ingram, and Zion? Because Brandon Ingram has been in talks all off season about him leaving, about him not being part of this team. Um, just the flow of this chemistry of this team. I don't know.
Mm, it's gonna take some work at the beginning, but I think they'll get it together eventually. They'll have no, I mean, they'll have no choice but to get it together because their own division is just
They let
you're you
Jonas
you're
go.
you're
Why would they let Jonas Valanciunas? Why would they just let him walk? I don't get that. I mean,
it's that time. They're all old.
but you need
He's
a
old.
but their
Uh,
center. Who is their center? I mean, what now? Trey Murphy, he could be a very valuable trade asset, and I think if Miami, I think I could see him in the Miami Heat. Trey Murphy, I
mm,
could really see that a possibility, like a contender type of team.
mhm.
Jose Alvaro, he's such a bulldog. Their center is lacking. I don't. Where do they go? Herb Jones plays for. Now I like Herb Jones. He's all around. He's just everywhere. But the centerpiece, I don't know. I mean, oh, Trey our boy Grizzlies Trey Jimerson. He signed with them. Remember, like last year, he was off the G League. Trey Jefferson.
Oh,
He's with the Pelicans, so maybe I don't know. Like, but they're missing a center, is what I'm saying. Like that big piece. Like, but I say under.
yeah. I
I
feel
say,
comfortable with my under.
the division is tough, man. The Grizzlies division.
It's what I'm saying, man. That when you're
Whew,
playing in the division, you're playing in the trenches, man.
night in and night out. The New York Knickerbockers, the New York Knicks, 53.5.
Over.
This is a over with expectations, but listen, I want to say this to all Knicks fans out there. When you just don't talk too much, is what I'm saying. Like all New Yorkers in general. Like New York is on a high right now. Like the Yankees. Now the Mets, I'm sorry, that's but they were in the you were in the NLCS. Just the Dodgers were there. I'm gonna tell my kids about the Yankees and the Dodgers. Money will buy you championships. I mean, money will buy you championships. I
I
know hard work
mean,
and all that will get you far, but
why do you think the last four teams in the playoffs made it that far?
the
They
Mets have a
all
bigger payroll than the Dodgers.
that's what I'm saying. They all spent the money. Except for Cleveland. I don't think Cleveland spent that much money compared to everybody else. But Dodgers, Mets, and Yankees. Oh man, that payroll so damn high, man. It don't even make no sense.
And it might be an all-time classic. Might go 6 or 7. It will probably go 6 or 7 games. So I'm excited for that World Series. I haven't been excited for baseball in a long time. This World Series brought it back. Um, and for as for New York football, we we could spend another 5 10 minutes on it. But
Hey, hey, at least you can give me liberty.
yes, congratulations to New York Liberty. That was an epic. That was a great game. Great game. It was a horrible
Do you? I was about to say, do you feel
product.
like do you feel like the officiating messed that up?
Breonna Stewart traveled, but listen, you're at home. You have home court for a reason for these type of games. In case of emergency, break glass. You're at home. I'm not mad at it, but they had the opportunity. Minnesota had the opportunity to close it, and Sabrina went one for
Multiple
20.
times, multiple
Sabrina
times.
Sabrina went 1 for 20. How?
Exactly. I mean, you
They,
can go even before Game 5. Listen, Minnesota had Game 1 to win, which they did.
Mhm.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they dropped Game 2. They could have won Game 3 as well. I mean, they could have won one through
All
three
these games.
by. They could have won all of them by a landslide, honestly. But it's just,
New York
man.
has never won. Liberty has never won. And looking at Teresa Weatherspoon crying as many times she's been close, like that was a really feel good moment. Minnesota has what 3 4 championships?
Yeah, they were going for the
Fifth,
record-breaking five,
fifth,
4 or
five.
5. It was either 4 or 5 is the record-breaking, but I believe it's 5 because I think they have 4 now.
Yeah,
I think.
they're good. They're good. But I think they just won a New York Liberty. It's been too long. Never happened. So
I mean, they're the original franchise, one of the
original.
OGs originals that have never won.
Right. Right.
So
So congratulations to them. But I say over Karl Anthony Towns, and this might be another duo. Like my biggest concern is Mikal Bridges' jump shot. He's been fixing his jump shot. He's been struggling preseason. His jump shot now looks like Sean Marion's jump shot now. It's not doesn't look the best. Like, but
ain't nothing bad than his jump shot. Come on, man.
I don't
That
want to do
man,
that to
that
Sean. I
man,
don't
that
want to
man,
do that to
that
Sean.
shot from the chest like this.
That's a bad
It,
jump shot.
it ain't that bad, bro. Shot like this.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that back. I'm sorry. Don't want to discredit Mikal
Nah,
Bridges,
nah,
but
nah. If you want to talk about who else has a bad jump,
uh, ooh, you got to
didn't
go back in
didn't
time machine.
didn't what's his name have a bad? I heard what's his name had a bad jumper. Either Jason Tatum had like a bad jumper at one point. Either
Tony Allen.
Jason.
Tony Allen.
Oh man,
Sorry,
yeah, he
sorry.
couldn't. But see, he was all defense. He
He was
wasn't
all
trying to score.
defense.
He wasn't trying to score no points anyway. But yeah, he had a terrible.
I understand, Tony. I understand. I understand. I hope you don't really show this to the Grizzlies. I don't want them to. because I really want to get like sit down and talk to them. Like I don't want to.
Man, they know, they know.
I'm over bringing up Marcus Smart's pass and Tony Allen's jump shot. I don't want like you remember Ron Artest did the same thing, just sat down like or laying there and just at least Marcus Smart didn't do that. Lay down and like a beer gets swung on you. Like what a time to be alive back in the NBA day.
Mm.
That was crazy. But yeah, I say over New York Knicks.
Yeah,
Some more teams we quickly get to. OKC Thunder 57.5 over. Um,
you go over.
I mean, and then they bought in Caruso and Isaiah Harden.
Gotta go over.
Gotta go over.
They
Like they
pushing
got.
they pushing 60 wins, in
I
my
think we get.
opinion.
I think we get two 60-win teams. OKC, Boston,
Yeah.
260 plus.
Yeah. You know what? I get with that. I get with that. No, I can get with that.
Um, the Orlando Magic 47.5. I go over. I think the addition of KCP and how now offensively they had their problems last year. Offensively, like they just could not score to save their life. But can it improve? Can they actually just develop their games and maybe get better offensively? Yes, you can. But you got to see it to believe it, of course. But bringing everybody back and adding KCPs, you got to at least 50. I say over.
I'm gonna go over.
Very, very surprising team. The Philadelphia 76ers 50.5. Now, Joel Embiid on record has saying he will not play back-to-back games. I think that's why. So why you do it before the season, I have no idea. Um, I say under. I just year one, you can give them some. You could give some team graces, and this just seems like you're putting a lot of eggs in the basket for Joel Embiid, for Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey, who I think Tyrese can actually elevate his game even more. But I say under. I think the Joel Embiid injury just clouds any type of what I think this team could possibly do.
I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go the opposite way. I'm gonna go over.
Hmm I just the injury just it just hurts them. Like the fact that he won't play back to back, and he said it.
I mean,
I don't know.
at least he let everybody know.
But
So then,
he is the most he's one of the most dominant players in the NBA. He will be an MVP discussion for sure.
of course.
I don't
Well,
know.
I mean, because don't you have to play a certain amount of games, or is that just for all NBA recognition?
It's at least 60. You have to
Is
play at
that
least 60 games.
is that for like season awards, or is that
It's
just
for
for all
season.
NBA?
I think it's for the season and the NBA teams. I
Okay.
think it's all awards, yeah. So I don't you know what? I think he's gonna take that back by the something tells me this happens a lot. LeBron says minute restriction. He didn't have a minute restriction after like the 40th game. He was just playing 48 minutes and plus. So that
Hmm.
could he could change if they say, look, you can't miss no more of these in games, he's not gonna miss anymore. Try not to at least.
Oh, for sure.
Um but I say a slight under. The Phoenix Suns 48.5. This is one of my locks. I say over. Coach Bud is in town.
This should be over. Should be.
Brad, they didn't even play. They played like 10 games last year
And so,
together.
and this is where I was getting at because we talked about them probably about 10 minutes ago. And I was like, we'll get to them whenever we get to them. And that's what I was about to allude to. They just haven't been able to play together at all. And when they have, Bradley Beal just did not decide to show up at all.
Yes. It's like freak injuries. Like I remember Kevin Durant got hurt during warmups and he missed like the next 10 games or something. Like, what is wrong with this team? Like, I mean, and I don't want to take nothing away from Frank Vogel, but you could just tell, like, after the Minnesota series, like they didn't like him. And I hate to just when you don't like a coach, you can just tell by body language of a player, like why are they what's up? Like, but they were on the wrong page. Coach Bud's gonna want them to shoot. He doesn't even care about defense at this point. He's just gonna want everybody to shoot. And I think this team's just gonna explode right out of the gate, and they're gonna be you spend all this money on these three players. You got to see you got to see the results at some
Hmm.
point. You try to see the results, and I think I don't trust like the supporting cast still is very shaky, but um, I'm looking at they got Tyus Jones. They got a true point guard now, Tyus Jones, which is going to help them a lot now. Now you can actually put Devin Booker at the two now, and
True.
possibly Bradley Beal and KD, and I think Boy should get more minutes. I just Nurkic is like he's good at certain tournaments, but boy, that you can't just teach that much height on Boy. You just cannot.
No,
Like
no.
you got to use him in some type of way more. I feel like, but I definitely go over. Um, they lost Eric Gordon though.
It's not gonna be that big of a loss though.
Yeah, yeah.
Not that big of a
They got Monte Morris. Okay, yeah, Monte Morris will definitely he'll shoot. He'll fit right on in just shooting. Like,
loss.
all right. Let's talk about some teams let's talk about the Portland Trailblazers 20 and a half. The Cooper Flag sweepstakes, one of them. Uh, I def under. I mean, ooh, this is bad.
So if Portland's at 20 and a half and Brooklyn's at
Brooklyn,
18 and a half,
thank you. And I said
who
Portland, and I said Brooklyn will go over. Portland is definitely like, come on, like, what? Who on Portland do you just sit there and say, man, like, like this might be a fire sale team at the trade deadline. DeAndre Ayton, Jeremiah Grant. I mean, the Sharp, Alfred Simmons. Like,
yeah.
no way.
Um,
Like,
they're
this has got to be.
they're definitely under. They're probably winning 18 games.
Malcolm Brogdon went to Washington. You know it had to have been that bad for him to go to Portland, that storm to the Washington Wizards.
Hey,
Like,
they paying over there. They paying.
oh, Devontae Graham said, "I'll just take the money. I don't care. Like, I don't care." Donovan Clingy though, I like Donovan Clingy, the UConn big guy.
I mean,
I like him, but come on, like
besides, they got Scoop, and then you
don't
got
get me started with
Donovan.
Scoop. This
Ah,
this whole goggles thing with Scoop Henderson, like. You got to really ball in order to wear. I think there should be like a rule for NBA players. If you're really a baller, then you can wear goggles. Like at least put some effort in and night out. Like it's some nights with Devin with Scoop just be 0 for 18. Like no hustle on defense. Just it's just there. Like
uh,
chilling. Some nights will go for 40. Like DeAndre Ayton. What did DeAndre Ayton say in a press conference? I'm 18, like I'm dominant. That's his nickname, dominant. I wonder what Chauncey Billups really thinks about this team. If you gave him some truth serum, like so Chauncey, what do you think about this team? This team sucks. Like how
this team
like
sucks, but thank God they're paying me the money.
exactly. Cooper Flag, look, can Cooper Flag is Cooper Flag really that guy? Is the question. Like
Man, they making it seem like it, bro. They making it seem like it.
this draft might be better than last year's draft.
I think any draft is better than last year's
Don't do
draft.
that to that this year's draft. Come on, man.
Besides what the 2014 draft that had who I said that had it? Oh, oh,
Oh, you
the
did go
one that
2014.
the one that done.
He did say the last year, the 2014 draft.
Who was the boy that got drafted by Cleveland that year?
Oh my gosh. From Toronto. Yeah, I know. I mean, he's from Canada. You're right. That
Oh
guy.
my goodness! I see.
That guy.
Is that much of a buzz? I can't even remember his name. I think his name was Anthony. What's his name, Anthony?
I think so. But the 2000 draft was bad too. Let's just not
2000 draft.
let's
Yeah.
not sleep over that. Yeah. Yeah, I say under. Cooper Flag, here we go. Or them or Utah or Washington. But like
I feel like
um
Utah would be a little bit more competitive at least.
well
Just
let's
a tad.
those Sacramento Kings, 46 and a half. They added DeMar DeRozan. I
I
I say
I'll
under.
go over.
I say under.
I'm gonna go over.
They just does it really work? Fox, Malik Monk, DeMar DeRozan, Sabonis. Does it really work? I mean,
It worked before.
but you're adding a guy DeRozan that needs the ball. Like he's gonna want the ball 80% of the time when De'Aaron Fox is that guy. You just added like a
I
1B
don't know. I don't know. I feel like we had this conversation a whole lot more,
during the
and
pre
then
off.
whenever everything gets ironed over, you're just like, oh, well, that wasn't that bad. I mean, we said the same thing about Luca and Kyrie. These folks went to the finals.
Yeah, I mean, their defense has to be much better, much better. So
Obviously.
how is it that Sabonis is such a freak on the rebounds and it's still like bottom tier in defense? Like I don't get it. Like he is such a defensive menace. Like how is it like there's everybody else just like, well, we don't gotta play defense. Sabonis play defense on him.
Uh,
He's gonna get 20 boards. Like we gotta like, but I think they are a playing team. I think they're like the 10th. They're the 10th team according to me. I'll go 10th. Mike Brown. You have love for Mike Brown. I get it. A little biased with Mike Brown. Like,
that's my
yeah,
homie, man. That's
that's
my
the home.
homie.
Yeah. The San Antonio Spurs, 35 and a half.
Hmm.
Even if they go
Just the just
over
just the addition of CP3 really put them over that much because they only won like 20 games last year, 20 22.
26. No, no. I'm sorry, 22. 22.
See, yeah, I mean, it's like an 18 game bump. I don't
I
know.
I say under. They're not going to be the worst team in the West, but they're going to be one of the more entertaining teams in the West.
I got to go under. I just,
I go under.
it's hard. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go under.
Victor, look, I want to see Victor play every time. I want to see him play.
Oh,
He's
for
just
sure.
exciting. He's one of the most exciting players. Him, Anthony Edwards, SGA. He's up there. Um, but yeah, I think they need one more piece though. They need some more scoring besides him. Not even Chris Paul. Castle, he can shoot. My boy Dan. How you say Visky? Visky. I can't get his last name right. He can shoot. Coach Pop last legs. I don't know. Like how many more years does Coach Pop have? Question. Two.
Nah, he got more than that.
Mm,
He got more than that. He probably got about four.
yeah, well, we'll see. Um, let's go up north to the Canadian side, the Toronto Raptors, 30 and a half. Why is it so high? Why is this so
Yeah, that's under. That is a strong under for me.
why is this so high? Why would they invest in RJ Barrett and quickly? Is my point. Like They, they didn't have to spend that much money on them. Like, I get trade for OG. Understand that trade completely. But you go in on RJ Barrett and quickly. Like, I don't Scotty
I
Barnes, like,
mean,
I don't get it.
you got to sell tickets. Isn't RJ a Canadian?
He could be on the you just see him you saw him in Canadian basketball, right? Another one. Like
They
I
just trying to
don't
sell
get it.
tickets. You saw they brought them jerseys back too. They just trying to sell tickets and sell these jerseys.
Well, Vince Carter got inducted to the Hall of Fame. Congratulations. Maybe they'll I don't know. Like maybe they're trying to just the bad. This is just the bad overall. Why were they trying to outbid the Russians? Like who's outbidding them? Like who's outbidding these folks, man? Like yeah, under maybe Grady Dick rises up. Greatest name in the NBA, Grady Dick.
I know, right?
uh,
Jeez.
okay, two more teams we could be out here. The Utah Jazz, 27 and a half under. Don't understand why they re-signed Lauren Marketing. Do not understand that phase at all. I thought it was clear as day you guys are going to get him. I thought that was like a slam dunk. Like, what happened?
Couldn't
Like,
just I mean we just couldn't agree on anything, man. Just couldn't we couldn't just see eye to eye. And I'm happy that we got Buddy. I kind of wanted Buddy more than Lori anyway. So it just the way business worked out.
I mean, just the starting lineup: Jordan Clarkson, John Collins, Walter Kessler, Lauren Marketing, and Colin Sexton. Yeah, this is an under. Like you could just like with Cooper Flag. Now, if they get Cooper Flag, and I wouldn't put this past Danny Ainge because he's
Hmm.
got some tricks under his sleeve. Danny Ainge, he's sneaky. Maybe they get back into form. Maybe
Oh,
they
for sure.
maybe they're like, okay, we see something. We see the future, you know. But definitely an under for me. Maybe they're in the tank. They're in the tank business. Let's just, you know. And last but not least, the wonderful, wonderful Washington Wizards, 20 and a half. What?
They won 15 last year.
Yes.
Yeah, let's take the over. Let's take the. I'll take 22 wins.
Is
Give
this
me.
is this possibly the worst starting five in NBA?
I don't know. I don't know that
Jordan Poole, Kyle Kuzma,
I
Marvin
don't know.
Bagley,
I
Corey
mean,
Corey Kispert. They're
they
fighting.
they
This,
paying.
yeah, Sadiq Bay and Malcolm Brogdon. They paying. You're right.
They paying at least. I don't know. I don't know whose roster is worse, at Brooklyn's or them.
No, no, please don't put Brook. This is the worst roster. Like, but by far, this is the worst roster. Like, what's the? Is it like nine? I think what's the worst record of all? Nine is 73, right? Somebody had to get less than 10. Basically, this team could be going for that. Like
I
what I'm saying.
mm,
Do you believe in
mm,
Do you believe in Alex Sarr? Are you a believer? Like I don't,
it's really hard for me to say that when the Detroit Pistons played the way they did last year too.
which is still mind-boggling. They have more talent than that. This Washington Wizards team has no talent, like at all. They are a laughing stock. Like Jordan Poole, Kyle like what? No, like I just
Yeah,
maybe, but I think this could be borderline bad. This could be historically bad. So we definitely go under on that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude this wonderful NBA preview of 2024-25, let's do our playoffs. Well, let's do finals predictions.
we're the finals.
Finals predictions. What do you think is going to happen in the finals?
My
Who's going to
way
play in the
to
finals?
my way to early predictions. Let me get let me get Denver and Boston.
And who do you think is winning?
Who I think is winning? Oof. I got somehow, some way that Denver got to win. Somehow, some way. I don't know. I don't know how.
Mm.
But they owe
You believe?
Joker. They
You
they
be,
owe Joker. They owe Joker.
you believe in Denver, huh? You believe? Okay.
Yeah, that's
Believe.
what I'm going with. I'm gonna go with Denver, Boston, Denver, and take Denver in six. Fuck it.
Okay. You believe in Denver. I'm going OKC and Boston. And I have Boston repeating. As sad as that, like as boring and as sad that might have been,
No, I'm not surprised about that.
I I, I have Boston winning in five, and I just Boston is angry. I just think Steve Kerr, this is all Steve Kerr's fault. This is all Steve. This is Steve Kerr's fault for not, and Grant Hill as well, for not adding Jalen Brown to the USA team and for benching Jason Tatum the way he did. Your coach has just pissed him off completely. And I think Boston is on a mission this year to just say, okay, licking like Birdman, okay. So I definitely go Boston in five. Well, that was really fun, you guys. We're excited for NBA season. We're just
For sure.
can't wait. I mean, years. Like this is gonna be a good NBA season.
And,
So
and we tipping off Wednesday, right?
tomorrow, no, tomorrow.
It's tomorrow?
Yeah, Tuesday night.
Even better. Even better.
We have the defending champions, Boston. I think it's Indiana.
Oh, never mind. Grizzlies tip off
Grizzlies
Wednesday. That's
tip
right.
off when they play at Utah. Um, make sure I get it right. So, the Lakers play Minnesota. That's the night game.
Lakers definitely losing that game.
Actually, Minnesota's only a 1.5 point favorite.
Who's home?
The Lakers are home.
Oh, that's why.
Minnesota's only a 1.5 point favorite.
That's why. Because I promise you, if there was that Minnesota would be a 5-point favorite at least. At least.
Okay. The Knicks and the Boston plays. That's gonna be
Now that's gonna be the game right there. That's the game to watch.
Boston's a 5.5 point favorite.
Not surprised. I mean, you got Jalen Cat. We don't know how that's gonna mesh yet. So that's and you can't that's ring night, right? Yeah, you can't lose ring night. So
All right. We'll see you guys. So this was fun, you guys. Please, like I said, subscribe to the Throw It Down Big Fella podcast on YouTube at Throw It Down Big Fella. Follow on Instagram at Throw It Down Big Fella Pod. We will see you guys next time. Enjoy the NBA season. For Darren and for me, your host Greg. We will see you guys next time. Until then, peace out.
Throw it down, big man.